Hey guys, Dr. Drew here. We're getting ready to put in a saline filled breast implant. As opposed to a silicone breast implant, the silicone breast implant comes with silicone gel already filled and sterilely sealed inside of the implant. The saline implant has the same type of rubber shell, silicone rubber shell, as the silicone implant, but the saline implant comes filled with air. And we want to take that air out, and we're going to put saline in it. We're required to do that as opposed to factory sealed silicone gel. So it comes with this little tab in the top of it. You can see this little paper makes it easier for us to access that tab. And that tab underneath it has a little port. And then we have a fill tube that we place inside of that port. And that's how we access the implant, by securing that inside, and it pops into place. And that's how we get the saline inside of the implant. When we're done, we seal that port back over. So I'm now going to squeeze that implant to evacuate the air. And we can also use a syringe to do that. So we just take that air out of the implant. So this orange on my hands is antibiotic solution because I'm touching the implant. With a silicone implant, you don't really have to touch the implant. With a saline one, you have to at least evacuate the air. You got to get the fill tube in it, so you have to touch the implant. It's better not to touch the implant. We then put a one-way valve on the end of the fill tube that helps air from leaking back in. And then we can take the syringe and evacuate the last little bit of air from the implant. And then we start filling the implant with salt water. So we connect the saline to the fill tube, and then we can start actually pumping salt water into the implant. And we shake it a little bit. And what we're doing is just trying to displace the rest of the air. So that air will then rise to the top as we're putting some salt water in there. Then we'll stop the saline and then evacuate the rest of the bit of air. And then we'll be ready to place the implant in its pocket and fill it the rest of the way. So you see that air come out? That's all the air that was in the implant. We'll get rid of that air. We'll put the rest of the saline into the implant, and we'll keep filling to the desired size.